Hello everyone, Chocolo here for another video review. This time it's a Karl Fazer winter edition. It's apple, caramel and hazelnuts in dark chocolate. We've got that right. So you see a lovely winter effect here on the side. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's, well, winter's not Christmas, so obviously lots of snow there and things like that. But it does look very Christmassy, so yeah. I don't really know what the traditional Finnish food is at Christmas, to be honest with you. Maybe I should have looked into that before I did this bar. But it's basically, this is a Finnish bar, so you know, it's presumably based a lot on Finnish winter foods. But of course, I think these kind of things are quite universal, or at least in the UK, this would be recognised as lots of wintry stuff. So yeah, so apple, caramel, and hazelnut in dark chocolate. So it's definitely universal as far as Finland and the UK are concerned. So yeah, so I've hinted at it there, but yeah, Fazer is a Finnish company, Finnish chocolate company. Do lots of lovely flavours of chocolate actually, or chocolate combinations, I guess. The chocolate's usually dark milk or white, and they have lots of lovely fillings inside. And here's one of 3 winter editions they've done. So thanks to Jay Tonelli for putting me onto this one. That's really great. So thank you for that. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I do apologise if not, but it's very much appreciated, so thank you. Right, yes, well let's get started, I think, really. So basically, yeah, it's quite, you can see it's the dark chocolate. Typically, Fazer has like a blue background here if it's milk chocolate, maybe even white. I think the white may be slightly different. I'm not sure, it might be white, I guess, but yeah, the dark chocolate ones basically have the actual chocolate coloured background. Otherwise, it's blue, I think, for milk. Yeah, so lovely. So let's see. So on the back we have it is in a number of languages, but I think basically Estonia and Finland are the main places for Fazer chocolate, I think. But there is a number of languages on the back, and there is British, British English. So let's have a look. Yeah. So basically it's a 200 gram bar. They do have smaller bars, but generally the big stuff is they don't really have smaller versions of this bar generally. You know, so you probably will have to get the big 200 gram bar, and you'll probably have to import it as well. So per 100 grams, which is good, it's 200 gram bar, as I say, it's 520 calories, so it's 1040 for the whole thing, 32 grams of fat, so 64 for the whole thing, 18 grams of saturates, so 36 for the whole thing. Yeah, so not bad. So yeah, I think there's I think it's 8 by 4, I think 8 segments by 4, yeah, can just make it out. 8 segments by 4, so roughly a quarter of it. So a quarter of the bar, basically, was it 1000 for the whole thing? 1040, so 250. So around 250, about 260, I think, calories for the whole for 8 segments. So again, about a quarter of that, so 64. Yeah, so about 15, about 16 grams of, yeah, about 16 grams of fat for the 2 by 4. Is it 8, 16, about 9 grams of saturated fats as well. So there we go. Yeah, that's for the 2 by 4. So that's by, because they're all the standard size, these Fazer big bars. So 2 by 4. So yeah, that's what you're getting for those. Okay, so well, I mean, you know, I'll measure it, but as I say, I'm almost certain that we're the same size as all the other Fazer ones. But here we go. Yes, about 22 centimeters, roughly, and just for the width as well. So roughly about 9 centimeters. Okay, so quite nice wrapping. I like the winter effect, the winter edition. It's nice. I like it. And some gubbins on the back. Okay, let's give it a go. I don't expect to lose any size really as we open it, other than the wrapper side, because it's not, there's no flourishes on these big bars. So here we go. So we've got lovely Fazer insert, so lovely foil there. I quite like that. You can see the Fazer motif, I think, in the sunlight. It's nice. You can't really rub. You know, some people back in when I was young used to rub onto it and get the indents and things onto the face. It's so tight though that you can't really do that actually. But you know, I don't think anyone's too bothered about that. Yeah, okay. Let's open. So mine has been posted, so it has been subject to probably postal abuse. So it's cracked a couple of bits, but never mind. So I can't really lift it out to you, I don't think, but I can obviously lift some of it to you. So, okay. Just, it smells lovely, I have to say. It smells very nice. It's not quite just a dark chocolate smell. There's something else there as well. I like it. So you can see there, that's basically it. So here's the 2x4 segments I was saying. So you've got your 8 segments. That's what, I think it's 260 calories, wasn't it? So, yeah. So, yes. Yeah, so quite a few calories per segment then, you'd really say. So 7, 14, 20, 20, so about 35, 7, 14, something like that. Yeah, about 35 calories roughly a segment or something. So quite calorific, but quite nice as well, I imagine. So as I say, so just a reminder, because there is a bit of a mouthful, it's apple, hazelnuts, apple caramel and hazelnuts. So it's clearly not a runny caramel. There's no sign of any run in there, but you can see very much filled with stuff on the back. You can see all the lovely pot marks or whatever of goodness going on there. So that's very a good sign. So you do get lots of stuff. I think the caramel's probably crunchy caramel. I think you can see there. I don't think you see that little nugget there. I reckon. Okay. Just try not to cause a avalanche of stuff to go over me. So yes, yeah, I can't see many caramel pieces, so I'm not sure, but there was definitely, it's clearly it disappeared now. There was I can't remember where I found it. There's clearly looked to be some kind of nugget in one of them, didn't there? There we go. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, on that side there. So maybe they're a bit rarer than the rest, but there's clearly some kind of caramel looking shenanigan there. Can't see any apple pieces. Maybe, it could be an apple piece, I don't know. Hazelnut pieces are clear, but maybe some of those are apple pieces as well, because dried apple, I don't know. Don't know if it's apple's just flavouring, not sure. So again, I can't really see anything, so we'll just have to delve in, I think. And why not? Okay, let's see. You can definitely taste the hazelnut as soon as you eat it. Definitely a lovely dark chocolate. It's not too bitter. I was about to say I can't taste any apple, but it kind of comes in right at the end. I'm going to have another try of that, so let's see. Well, there's a lot going on here, so give me a moment. Well, when you first bite into it, the immediate things are dark chocolate, a subtle dark chocolate, not overly bitter. And then you've got basically the hazelnut taste, but it's not overly hazelnut. There's not massive. It's quite subtle again. Not bombarded with hazelnuts, but then as you're chewing it, you get like I can't taste much caramel. I must say I can't taste much caramel. It could be a subtle taste in there somewhere, but it's not very distinctive. But the apple, you get a bit of chewy pieces in there. I can't see any evidence of these chewy pieces when I'm looking at it. They're not, oh, hang on. What's caramel? I'll show you that in a second. But basically, you get eventually you'll find some chewy pieces. And well, it's quite a chewy piece, but it's not giving me much taste. But then all of a sudden, you kind of get a bit of a blast of the apple taste, in as it kind of melds in as you're chewing the chocolate. And you do get it actually. It's more towards the end of it when you're about to swallow. Really, I think it must probably kicks in when it touches the back of your tongue. Perhaps, I don't know. I've no idea on the layout of people's tongues. There's all these 4 different flavours, isn't there, whatever it is. But yeah, so the gist of it is, it seems to kick in when it touches the back of your tongue when you're about to swallow it, basically. So it's very very nice. And I did notice, we saw that golden nugget before. I might have lost that now. I might have eaten it. I'm not sure. But you can see, I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of like a glassy looking bit there, just in the centre. So we can catch the light with it. There you can see. You see it's in the middle block here. Like a very, there you go, look at that. So that could be caramel. I don't know what that is actually. You can see it shining there quite clearly. So I have no idea what that is, because the other golden bit, maybe that was apple, I don't know. Maybe it's just a very dark hazelnut piece, I don't know. I'm not sure, but there's stuff going on in this bar. and it's very nice actually. But as I said, I don't get much caramel in it. I think it's very subtle, the caramel. I mean, I imagine that's probably caramel, if anything, to be honest with you, because I can't see that being apple. So yes, I mean, well, it could be. You wouldn't have thought it would be. It was telling you on the back what it was. Chocolate with apple pieces, hazelnuts, and caramel pieces. So there's apple. So I would have said that would definitely be caramel there. You know, that shiny bit. So the apple pieces are probably hard to distinguish between the hazelnuts. Well, I haven't said that again. There's another shiny piece on there. I don't know if you can quite see it there. Just see it touching the light there. And that's quite, that's like a sort of caramel colour, whereas that one's just a dark colour. So I really don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is it's nice. It's definitely not runny caramel. It's not really chewy caramel either. It's so it's quite subtle. And the whole thing's quite subtle, really. It's just a nice chocolate bar, really. It's just I would say it's probably not. It doesn't blow you away, if you know what I mean. It's not strong enough in the flavours to blow you away, but it's just very nice. The dark chocolate's lovely. It's not too bitter. There's not enough hazelnuts. I'm not a big nut fan in chocolate, really. I'm more a biscuit fan. It's got a chewy apple piece, I think. Yeah, so it's but it's nice here. You just get the flavour. You don't really get overly chewy, crunchy hazelnut pieces. It's not, there's not enough of them, so you don't, there's a lot of them, but it's not enough to annoy you if you're not a nut fan. And the apple pieces, again, if you're not a fruit fan in chocolate, they're not overly prevalent either. They're just there as a subtle aftertaste. And even the caramel doesn't really make. It's just, you don't really. You occasionally get like maybe a slight crunchy bit, and you occasionally get a slight chewy bit from the apple. But I think it's just more about the taste, really. You just, I don't know. It's very hard to explain, but yeah, I would say it's very subtle. This bar. I think that sums it up. But it is very nice. I do like it, but I don't think it'll blow your socks off. It's not. You won't come away thinking, "Wow, that was an experience I'll never forget." But it is a nice chocolate bar. You definitely will enjoy it, and you definitely will like it. So I do recommend. So I think a 3.5 out of 5. I think. I mean, it's probably a bit of a disservice there, because I think it's probably better than a lot of bars that might have given 4 maybe. But it's just the fact that it's just not really overly anything, if you know what I mean. It's just kind of a subtle thing. So you might. You might take up another relatively average bar, but at least it's strong in a flavour, if you know what I mean. You might think, yes, I've had that kick. Whereas in this one, you don't really, I think if you were after an alternative to just eating plain dark chocolate, you wanted a subtle flavour to enjoy it, rather than just having a non-flavour, if you know what I mean, just a normal, just chocolate. This would be perfect, really. I think this is where you would go for this kind of chocolate. If you just want some dark chocolate, but you don't really want just nothing in it. Something like this is perfect because it's not overly bombarding you with lots of flavours. It's just very nice. So I think that's kind of the market for this chocolate. I think that's where it's aimed at, really, rather than something crazy that's going to blow your socks off. So, but as I say, that doesn't mean anything negative about it. It is really nice, and definitely recommend it. It's lovely. Right, yes. Well, I hope you enjoyed that review. Yeah, very nice indeed. I've got a couple more winter editions to review, so go check them out as well. Hopefully they'll be there after this one. If not, something went wrong, so I do apologise. Yeah, well, Merry Christmas everyone, or Happy Holidays, or whatever you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate anything, hope you enjoy it. And have a great time off work, or if you're out at work, unfortunately, I hope you have a lovely time anyway. Hope that's covered all bases. Okay, well, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, follow me on Twitter, like my videos, and leave a comment or two. And I'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching. See you soon. Bye.